Welcome to Fabulously Flawed with your host, Marni, where Mondays mean motivation, and by Wednesday, we're dishing out dazzling advice with a Newsweek twist. This is your go-to spot for embracing the mess, celebrating the successes, and never letting anyone dull your sparkle. Join us for laughs, life lessons, and a whole lot of fun. Fabulously Flawed, where perfect is overrated and every flaw is fabulous.
Hey, fabulous friends, fabulous listeners, fabulous everybody. Welcome to Fabulously Flawed on my Wednesday with Marni, Newsweek with Marni. Why do you say Newsweek with Marni? Because I am so honored, humbled, and privileged to be an opinion piece writer for Newsweek. So each they have different sections where people write in, what should I do, family and parenting, relationships, and the circumstances, of course, are different than what you experience, but the similarities of the emotions are very similar. So every Wednesday, Newsweek Wednesday, I read the article that they wrote and I read my opinion that I wrote and I explain why I wrote what I did. And usually the message is universal across the board. It may not be the exact scenario, but how to handle people, places, and things are always the same. So this one is really cool because it was my very first Newsweek. So this was just really super cool. And let's start with this one. Here we go. Dear Newsweek, I have two sisters and I am the middle child. My younger sister originally moved to Florida for the military, but decided to stay for the weather. My older sister lived about an hour away, but since I wasn't married, I was the aunt who attended baseball, soccer, basketball, marching band events, PTA meetings, school art shows, church functions, baptisms, confirmations, and graduation from high school and college. Wow, she is a great aunt. Holidays were together looking at Christmas lights after Christmas Eve service. No other aunts or uncles or cousins participated. Some lived an hour away, some lived in Florida too. I even went to the funeral of my brother-in-law's dad. Their family went out to dinner afterward and I wasn't invited, which I understood. They hadn't all been together for a while. Still no excuse. My oldest niece got married 2 days after I had gastric bypass and I had to have someone drive me the hour there. I left after the ceremony because I was in some pain. I also went to the nephew's wedding, but I left after the service because I knew they were short of funds. No problem. Okay. The youngest daughter gets married and I didn't even find out until afterward. The excuse was no money. Again, like older siblings, I would have been happy just to see the ceremony and leave. All the years and all the events I went to, and I don't even get notified about this huge event. The other excuses were they couldn't invite me and not all the other aunts and uncles, even though none of them had made an effort to come to any other event. I posted on Facebook I was disappointed and hurt and was promptly voted off the island. Quotes. I have not been invited to holidays, baptisms, or birthdays for over 5 years now. There are 3 great nieces and nephews I have never met. At family holidays with my aging dad, my older sister said if I came, the kids would not come. I wrote letters apologizing for whatever happened, but nobody has responded. And my sister said she's not getting into it. And you know what? Am I the you know what hole? So she wants to know if she's the a-hole. Marni Goldman is a post-traumatic stress disorder survivor, life coach, and author of True to Myself. This is so cool. This is my first one. I wrote, Dear Doreen, I am so sorry you have to experience pain and anguish from family members. We're supposed to experience love and support, not disrespect and betrayal. Remember, it's you. It's not you. It's them. I misread that. It's not you, it's them, just so I can reiterate that. You are a ray of sunshine and everyone else seems to be the dark, bitter clouds. It's easier said than done, but when people show you who they are, family or not, believe them. Your kindness seems to have been mistaken for weakness. You've heard the saying, misery loves company and birds of a feather flock together. This behavior is unimaginable to you because you would never behave that way. Your light shines too bright for them. Again, easier said than done, but focus on the people that are in your life who bring you love and laughter. Those are your people. Personally, the saying, blood is thicker than water, is kind of antiquated. Family or not, your peace is the most important thing for you to protect. Okay, I love that. I love that so much because it was literally my first one. And it is so true. Now, you did things from the goodness of your heart because that's who you are. But if you always spend life, whoever is listening to this, expecting you from somebody else, it will never happen. You are a wonderful aunt and a wonderful person. And if nobody can see that, it's their red flags. You saved yourself. Basically, them not talking to you, you did yourself a favor. Because now you don't have to be around negative, toxic feeling, gross kind of people. My family, like aunts, uncles, cousins, did the same thing to me. And you know what? Years later, 20 years later, I'm like, thank friggin' God, because the thought of sitting with them at a holiday dinner or any function, gross. So the universe indirectly kind of protected your peace. So no matter what you're going through with family or anybody, if people are constantly rude to you, disrespecting you, lying to you, why are you going to waste your time? We don't get our time back. So the moments we do have, trying to do things to please other people, it's just a waste of energy. Use that energy to put into yourself, a new hobby, helping a charity, going for an exercise class. Put all that energy into you, and I promise it is a game changer. Promise, promise, promise. So I'm just going to leave it at that one. I am patting myself on the back because that was my very first Newsweek. So to be able to be here 61 articles later and reading them every Wednesday is so fan-friggin-tabulous. So on this note, don't let anyone, guys, burst your bubble. Never let anyone ever, 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 ever dull your sparkle. And tune in tomorrow where Taylor and I are going to discuss I'm not sure what we're going to discuss, actually, but tune in tomorrow and we'll find out together. Okay, sending so much love and peace. Bye, guys.
Thank you for tuning in to Fabulously Flawed. Remember, every Tuesday and Thursday, it's your time to join Marni and Taylor, the mother-daughter duo that's redefining family time with a twist, putting the fun in dysfunction, one episode at a time. Craving more? Visit us at fabulouslyflawed.com. And don't miss out on the feel-good vibes with our exclusive merch at fabulouslyflawed.net. That's with 2 Ds on Etsy. Keep your sparkles shining and spread that fabulous energy.